Hi there everybody, just a short video just about volume and what volume is and how you go about calculating some basic volume of some shapes. So essentially the volume is the amount of space a 3D shape takes essentially. Alright, so in a virtual world, how much space it takes up. So volume is given as a cubed metric unit. Alright, so for example centimeters cubed, millimeters cubed and meters cubed, and the reason being obviously it's got in 3 dimensions, so hence the 3. And it's calculated normally about calculating the number of basically cubes that are in it, essentially. Obviously, it might not be a whole cube, might be a portion of a cube, but essentially it's how many little cubes kind of go into it. All right, so let me give you an example. So the following shape is made up of centimeters cubed and calculate the volume. Well, literally, it's a case of how many cubes are there, and I suppose you can just kind of count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 5 centimeters cubed, that shape. This one, again, you're looking at the number of cubes, so when you're looking at it, it's trying to think about how many you can see. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and of course the one around the back is 4. And then you might have something a little bit more awkward, where you've got to kind of decide whether or not you've got obviously the ones you can see, and whether or not there's one behind there or not. And I suppose you assume, unless it's floating, that there is one behind there. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see 6, which would be that one, and then 7, which will be the one at the bottom, kind of underneath. All right. So assuming obviously there is one there, it's like 7 centimeters cubed. Okay. So cuboids are the ones that you're probably more likely to kind of come across, certainly in a foundation GCSE kind of paper. So the volume of a cuboid is relatively straightforward. All right. But the concept of this is often kind of tested and on your understanding of this. So it's basically base times depth times height, or height times base times width, or width times, so basically the 3 dimensions. All right, so if you're asked to calculate the dimensions of something, they're looking at these 3 values: height, base and depth, or width, height, length. There's a variety of different things, but the 3 dimensions that you've currently got here. So that's what the dimensions are. If you asked what dimensions are, well, that's what they are. So find the volume of this cuboid. I'd say nothing to overcomplicate it, or nothing overcomplicated about it. We're literally going to times the 3 digits together. So you've got 4 times 5 times 3, which is going to give you 60 centimeters cubed. And the reason it's centimeters cubed, again, same idea. You've got centimeter, 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 the 3 of them. So it gives you centimeters cubed. All right. And in essence, that's it. That is it for volume from this point of view. Obviously, there are a bunch of volumes of other different shapes and other kind of criteria. But in terms of from the basic of this particular lesson, that's all we're going to cover. All right, so please visit maths-school.co.uk. Obviously, a bunch of questions based on the volume of cuboids, and of course, there might be some kind of questions in there that actually kind of work backwards about that kind of concepts. All right, so please take a look. Or alternatively, if you have comfortable with that one, you might want to look at other volumes of shapes that are on here. Okay, thanks for listening.